In the heart of an old oak forest lived a little squirrel named Finn. He was small, with a bushy tail that always seemed a bit too big for his body, and bright eyes that reflected every flicker of light between the trees. Finn loved to collect acorns. He would leap from branch to branch, storing them in a hollow tree for the long winter ahead. But Finn carried something that no other squirrel could see: a secret regret. Years ago, when his best friend, a gentle squirrel named Nia, had asked him for help gathering food before the harsh snow came, Finn had been too busy. He thought he had plenty of time, so he brushed her off, saying, "Do it yourself. I have my own pile to make." Winter came early that year, and Nia did not survive the cold. From that day on, Finn's heart carried a heavy shadow. He replayed that moment over and over again, whispering to himself, "If only I had helped her. If only I had given her some of my acorns, she would still be here." To punish himself, Finn began a strange habit. Every time he felt regret, he picked up a stone and placed it inside his nest, whispering, "This is for Nia. This is for the day I was selfish. This is for the time I stayed silent." At first, it was only a few pebbles, but as weeks turned into months and months into years, the pile of stones grew. His once cozy nest was no longer a warm and soft home, but a cold, heavy prison filled with rocks of guilt. The other squirrels laughed at Finn, calling him odd for hoarding useless stones instead of food. But Finn didn't care. He thought it was the only way he could honor Nia's memory, by never letting himself forget. Yet, as the years passed, the stones made him slower. His leaps between branches grew shorter. He no longer played, no longer joined the others in chasing each other across the treetops. He spent most of his days in silence, sitting near his nest, staring at the pile of stones that seemed to get heavier with every breath. One autumn evening, as golden leaves drifted to the ground, Finn sat near his nest, exhausted from carrying yet another stone. An old owl, perched high on a branch, watched him for a long time. Finally, the owl glided down and asked, "Little squirrel, why do you fill your home with rocks when the forest is full of acorns?" Finn lowered his head. "They're not just rocks. Each one is a mistake, a memory of what I did wrong. I couldn't save my friend. And now I must carry this weight forever." The owl blinked slowly, his eyes glowing in the moonlight. "Do you think your friend would want you to live this way, buried under guilt, unable to climb, unable to laugh?" Finn's eyes filled with tears. "But I don't deserve to be free. I was selfish, and because of me, she's gone." The owl spread his great wings. "Forgiveness, little one, is not about what you deserve. It is about what you need to live. You cannot change the past, but you can choose not to be its prisoner." That night, Finn curled up inside his nest of stones. As he drifted to sleep, he dreamed of Nia. She stood on a branch, her fur glowing softly like starlight. She looked at him with kind eyes and said, "Finn, why do you punish yourself? I don't want you to carry this burden. I want you to run, to leap, to live." Finn woke with a start, his little heart racing. For the first time in years, he felt something other than guilt. He felt a glimmer of hope. The next morning, Finn made a decision. He climbed to the top of his oak tree and looked at the forest stretching wide and endless. Then, one by one, he began to carry the stones out of his nest. At first, his paws trembled. Each stone seemed impossible to release, as if it held not just memory, but his very identity. But with each one he dropped onto the forest floor, he whispered, "This is for the day I didn't help. I forgive myself. This is for the words I never said. I forgive myself." The other squirrels gathered below, whispering in confusion. They had never seen Finn let go of anything. But as the pile of stones fell, his nest grew lighter. His heart grew lighter. When the last stone rolled to the ground, Finn sat quietly, breathing deeply. The air seemed fresher, the branches stronger beneath his feet. For the first time, his nest felt like home again. In the days that followed, Finn began to live differently. He still thought of Nia, but now with warmth instead of guilt. He started helping other young squirrels gather food, teaching them how to store acorns, making sure no one was ever left behind. The others began to admire him, not as the odd squirrel with a nest of stones, but as a wise and generous friend who understood the value of kindness. One afternoon, the old owl returned and saw Finn laughing with the younger squirrels. "You see," the owl said, "forgiveness didn't erase your memory of her. It gave you the freedom to honor her in a better way, by living." Finn's heart felt full. He realized that letting go wasn't about forgetting Nia. It was about carrying her memory in a way that brought life, not chains. As winter came, Finn's nest was filled with food instead of stones. He welcomed other squirrels to share what he had, remembering the one friend he once failed, and choosing never to repeat that mistake again. Each time he gave an acorn, each time he helped another, he felt Nia's presence. Not as a burden, but as a blessing. He had finally learned that guilt is like a heavy stone. It keeps you trapped in the past. But forgiveness is like the wind. It lifts you into the future. Dear friends, Finn's journey teaches us something vital. We cannot heal by punishing ourselves forever. We heal when we forgive ourselves, when we let go of guilt, and when we choose to live with kindness instead of regret. The past cannot be rewritten, but it can be released. And when we release it, we open our hands to receive the joy of the present. Just like the little squirrel, we can choose to stop carrying stones and start carrying love.